Hey, Charles here with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Today I'm going to show you guys how to install the Tusk Zipperless Upper Doors on your Honda Talon 1000R or X 4-seater. Now these have a unique magnetic closure system that makes it easy to get in and out of the machine. You're not going to have to deal with any stuck zippers when they get dirt in there. And with these, they're going to work with your stock roof. It's a simple install. You can see we've already had these installed on our machine, but I'm going to take them back off and walk you through the install process. The only other thing you want to know about these is, they're designed to help enclose the cab and keep you warm on the cooler days. But if things warm up throughout the day, you can simply roll these back out of the way, and they're going to tie up nice and neat, and that way you got best of both worlds. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. To start out, we've found it's easiest to either remove or loosen up your windshield and your rear window and any other accessories that might get in the way. The next step is to install the magnets to the roof. So we need to use some drilling templates for the roof, and the front passenger side is going to have the green marks, and we're just going to line that with the contour of the roof and make sure those green marks match up with each other. After that, we can take our 3/16 inch drill bit. We're going to drill through each cross mark. After that, you can take one of the magnets, and you'll notice there's one side that has a concave portion, the other side is flat. You want the flat side against the inside of the roof. Then we're going to take our rivet, we'll put that through the roof and the magnet, and then use our rivet gun to install it. Now for the rear passenger section of the roof, we're using the templates that have the red marks, and again, lining those up and following the contour of the roof, and then just drill through those cross marks with that drill bit. And installing these magnets is going to be the same process as the front. The next step is to install your filler panels. So we're going to take our loop clamps, and first thing I'm going to do with this is install the foam tape on the inside. Then I'm going to wrap these around the A-pillar and this flat side. This is going to be facing the outside of the machine once it's on the A-pillar. So you just kind of bend that in place. We'll install one more of these. And now we can attach the front filler panel. So this is going to be the straight one. You'll notice this bend is towards the bottom, and these magnets, they're going to be facing towards the inside of the cab and towards the back of the machine. Just going to let that sit on the A-pillar while I get the hardware. So what you need is the 30mm bolt. You only have one size of bolt in the kit. That's going to go through the filler panel. And then you've got a spacer. It's going to go behind there. And then that's going to go through the loop clamp. So go through both tabs on that. Then we've got the nylock nut on the inside. And we'll do the same thing for the bottom. And all of this hardware is going to be left loose until we have those upper door skins installed. The next step is to install the bulb seal along the front side of this filler panel. So in the kit, you're going to have two different lengths. This one's going to use the shorter length, and obviously you want the rubber seal against the frame. And as you press this on, if you ever find that it doesn't fit very tight, you can pinch this together, and that's going to give you a tighter fit. And now we can move on to the B pillar. So this filler panel is going to sit on that B pillar, and it's almost the same process as the front. Just pay attention to the bend. Goes down right here at the bottom, so we need a clamp right here and one up here. And that open end of the clamp is going to be facing the rear of the machine. And we've got the longer piece of bulb seal on this filler panel. The next step is to set the door skins in place. And with this, you can see these little sewn pouches. That's where your magnets are. You're just going to line those up with the magnets inside of that roof and on the inside of the filler panel. And I do want to point out, it's going to be real easy for these magnets to just suck against your frame or your roll cage. So when you're installing these, it's real important to make sure the magnets are lining up together, and that way we get the correct fitment. Now with the door skins, obviously there's not much adjustment you can do at the top, but with this filler panel, you want to make sure that the slots in the fabric are going to line up with your clamps. And then also in this front corner, you want to make sure this magnet right here is going to be able to go flush against your body panel right here. So if you can do that with your door, then you can go ahead and tighten this filler panel down. And to do that, I'm just using my 4mm Allen and a 10mm combo wrench. So we're nice and tight right there. I'm just going to set the door skin back in place and verify fitment. So once you're looking good, we're going to move to the back of the front door, and you have the 3 smaller hook and loop straps. We're going to go around the roll cage. This is real important to do before you tighten this B-pillar filler panel. After that, we have the 2 larger hook and loop straps. These are going to be used to tie up the door when you're not using it. So what you want to do with these is put one inside and one outside, or if you want to hide them, you can tuck them both inside. It doesn't really matter right now, but I like to have one in, one out. And then once those are in place, just make sure it's all centered up and tighten down the small hook and loop straps. And with this, the fabric's going to be tucked behind this other bulb seal. Now for the rear door skins, it's going to be almost the same process. So set it in place, let the magnets attach, adjust that filler panel, tighten the hardware down, and then attach the hook and loop straps in the back. The next steps are to attach the bottom of the doors to the machine. So we're going to start out with the magnets. We've got 4 magnets towards the front. I'm just going to set all of those in place. Take a little bit of rubbing alcohol. We're going to clean the back side of the magnets, and you want to pay attention to where these are going to mount on your machine, and we're going to clean those areas as well. Now we're going to take the 3M adhesive. You're going to stick it on the back of each magnet, and then one at a time you're going to remove the adhesive backing, stick that in place, and that's going to help keep the proper alignment. And when you're doing this, you're just making sure the door is pulled snug, but not so tight where it's trying to pull on the fabric. The next step is to install the snaps across the bottom of the door. So with that, the door is going to come with the screw-in style snaps. Now, if you don't want to drill into your door, some optional stick-on snaps are available, and you put these on pretty much the same way as those magnets. Clip that in there, pull the backing off, stick it on. But for everyone else, you're going to want to mark where each of these snaps go. The easiest way I've found is put a little grease on the back side, get that lined up where you want it, press down, and then you're going to drill in the center of that grease. And you can see we had these on before, and this is just barely different, but we're just going to put our snap right back in that hole. And when you screw these in, you don't want to strip them out. So as soon as the flat portion of the snap touches the door, you want to stop. We're going to snap that on and then move to the next one. And you just want to drill these one at a time. And that way you can make sure everything stays lined up. So the last thing on the front door, we've got this little strap that's going to go on the inside of the door panel. So we're going to open this up. So with all of the other snaps on and making sure that fabric is in the right spot, you want to take this strap, make sure you have just a little bit of tension on it, and then you can drill your snap in, clip that on, you're good to go. We're ready to move to the rear door. And for the rear door, it's the same process, but you only have 1 magnet in front and then 4 snaps. So if you need to roll these up, the first step is to undo all of your snaps. We've got the one on the inside. Then you can pull the door down away from the magnets, and you want to roll this fairly tight. And once you're about here, you want to tuck this inside of the roll cage. And I'm just going to tuck it behind the seat as well. And then from here, we can use the straps to tie it down. Now for the rear door, we're going to release the snaps and the magnets. I'm also going to release this lower Velcro mount, and we're going to roll that up. And then from here, we need to tuck this into the cab. So I'm gonna start at the top, tuck that in, and then we'll tuck the bottom in right behind that rear seat. And we're just gonna use the hook and loop straps. That's gonna hold it in place. Just make sure you're tight against the roll cage. So with the passenger side done, you're gonna do the same steps on the driver's side. And then once you finish that up, don't forget to tighten down or reinstall your windshield and the rear window. And that's how you install the Tusk Zipperless Upper Doors on your Honda Talon 4-seater. If you have any questions about the process, leave those down in the comments. And if you need to pick a set of these up, you can find them on our website. Just click the link in the description below. If you want to see more helpful content like this, subscribe to our channel. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thanks for watching.